What's up, Joker here? Wanted to go over some early impressions in Lost Ark. You know, the closed beta is going on. Playing this for a few days, so yeah. Just start short. I like it. I like it a lot. Um, I feel like the first time I loaded into the game, I knew I was gonna like the game. I can same thing for New World. I knew the game's faults inside out as soon as I loaded in, and for a lot of things that New World is, I did like the gathering and stuff like that, but there's a lot of problems with it. I think New World, Lost Ark, is just way better. Um, you know, I think the combat is way better. I think the game looks way better. I think the game feels way better. The story is on the same level, honestly, with New World, but it is a way better story, honestly. New World's story is I don't really care. This is just a generic story. Here's the combat. Just mimicking basic swings. There goes just a little some attack there. There's another one, and just for reference, I'm playing Paladin, which is in the warrior tree. Um, it's just one of the three different classes you can play. This move right here, you have to hold in order to do it. And honestly, to me, like I really like this game. Final Fantasy, I just can never play it on PC. This game, I'm fine playing it on PC. I think it's really excellent. I think it's a really great game from the perspective that the combat feels really weighty and really nice. I think the weird thing is I have to move around like this. It's kind of like Divinity, where like you have to move where you click. I think I like the UI a lot. Um, where people are gonna come down on is this store. Where they're looking at this and they're like, is this gonna be pay to win? You're looking at the different sets of currency and stuff like that. I think this is where a lot of people are gonna have problems with this crystalline aura that gives you buffs. Where it's like, here it is, you get transports for free and stuff like that. You get some like crafting, time gets knocked down a bit. That's not pay to win in the sense of where a lot of people were looking at the career version was like that's pay to win. To me, this is like okay-ish because it's like this isn't really a big deal. Like, okay, you get to conserve your money a bit. That can give you an advantage in some ways. I don't really see that as a problem. The stronghold training ground. Maybe that's a buff that gives you more XP. Yeah, you see it, XP gain per minute 7,000. Like this is gonna be something a lot of people aren't gonna like. Um, and it's for only 30 days. That's the funny thing. And then you look at this, the Phoenix Flume. You get 10 of those. That basically just reses you. Um, so if you die, you have like three options. I've tested it. You have three options. You can either use the Phoenix Flume, you can port back to the beginning of the dungeon. This was in a dungeon, so I don't know. Maybe, or you port, I think, back to like a teleport, something like that. So maybe if you're not in a dungeon, you port back to a teleport. I don't really know. Then you also look at this, the name change. That's a standard thing in MMOs. Character slot extension. Okay, that's a standardish thing. I don't really see a big deal about that. Um, but to me, I think the fear really does come. Are they just showing it here and then in the final version, after a few months, they're gonna just add in pay to win mechanics where you pay real currency in order to exchange for these gems. If you look at this right here in the store right now, you see currency exchange. That's not active right now. That's it's obvious. It's you pay with real money to buy these crystals. Boom, your um you get your crystals. To me right now, I think also you're looking at this for a Korea game. It's gonna be grindy and stuff like that. To me, early on, it has not been grindy. I've only gained 3 combat levels, so I'm very early. Uh, you know, I have not felt much of a grind. I think it's just a fine, ramp up in development. You look at these combat skills here. So what happens is when you level up, you get 5 combat skills. You plump it down into one of these. If you get to 4, like I have here, you can even go into here in this little skill tree that burns more points. Down, you look at here, 20, I get to go down here. 48, I can get this. So I think, to be honest, right now where this game is, it's really good. It's got me hyped to play a new MMO. You know, I feel like this is way different enough from Final Fantasy to where I think it's gonna be enjoyable. I do wonder about the difficulty though, because I did the dungeon on normal by myself. It was not a big deal. It was very easy. You know, I was seeing like outside the dungeon people like queue hard, queue hard. Um, Difficulty might be a thing for people. I think difficulty is where it is fine. Especially since it's early on in the game. Um, like I said, story for now is generic, but it is interesting, and that's the thing because I think that there's an interesting bad guy that's here that you see very early on in the prologue, and even in here the base, you know, chapter early on. I think the dude's kind of interesting. I think the story is lending itself to more intrigue than New World. You know, I want to talk about the skin. I mean, like here it is. Um, yeah, I mean this is my skin that I got from the store. I think it honestly looks so good. I mean, this is also medium settings. Like I turned it down a bit, and it still looks like this good. I think that's kind of crazy. I think that's kind of sick, to be honest. And you know, I like the game. I'll probably give some more impressions after the closed beta. If I don't, this is my impressions. I really like the game. Am I gonna pre-order those different editions or wait for it to just come out because it's gonna be free to play? I don't know. I mean, I've said earlier on my stream, I think the max I pay probably is 25, 50. I don't think it's a big deal. People paying 100 are a little crazy and really shouldn't complain about pay to win because you're paying $100 for a game that is free. But hey, there's also the argument that it's free. Let me reward the developers. Okay, I get that. But yeah, those are my thoughts. You know, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. You know, like and subscribe really helps me out. Until the next video, see you later, and bye.